At my daughter's 4th birthday party, my sister walked up to the cake table, leaned over the unicorn cake I'd made, and spat on it in front of the kids. My daughter froze. "Aunt Sarah, why did you do that?" she whispered. Sarah laughed. "Because you don't deserve a nice cake." My mother said, "She's right. Your sister's kids are more important." When Lily tried to wipe it off, my father twisted her arm until she cried out, "Don't touch it. Eat it like that or starve." Then he shoved her face into the spit-covered cake while my brother Tyler filmed, cackling. "This is going viral." I picked her up, grabbed my son's hand, and walked out. 2 days later, I sat in the school counselor's office while Mrs. Hayes slid a crayon drawing across her desk. A cake, a figure spitting, a tiny girl in the corner with scribbles and blue tear lines. "Your son says this happened at his sister's party," she said. "Is this accurate?" My throat closed. "Yes." Then she asked, "Did your father assault your daughter in front of other children?" The word assault snapped something. "He grabbed her hard enough to leave bruises," I said, "and he shoved her face into the cake." My brother filmed it. Mrs. Hayes picked up the phone. "I'm a mandatory reporter. I have to call CPS. You should call the police." That night, a CPS investigator photographed the bruises on Lily's arm, spoke to both kids, then asked about my parents. I told him they had always favored my older sister Sarah, while my kids were ignored. I explained what had happened at the party. Sarah arriving late and bragging, my mother snapping when I said the day was about Lily, the singing around the cake, Sarah suddenly spitting on it, my mother saying Sarah's kids deserve more, Lily reaching for a napkin, my father grabbing her and forcing her face into the spit while Tyler filmed and laughed, the other parents grabbing their children and leaving. By the time I'd cleaned Lily up, the yard was empty. We got an emergency restraining order against my parents, Sarah and Tyler. The next day, my father violated it, pounding on my door and shouting that I was destroying the family until police hauled him off my porch. The detective later told me Tyler had already posted the video online. People were calling it child abuse and tagging CPS. During discovery, the prosecutor pulled a group chat from Tyler's phone, sent the morning of the party. Sarah, can't believe she thinks her kids deserve a party. My mother, we need to remind her of her place. My father, leave it to me. Tyler, make it good, I'll get it on video. They hadn't lost control, they'd planned it. In court, the prosecutor played the video and read the texts. The defense tried to paint me as jealous and dramatic, but financial records showed my parents had poured money into Sarah's life and almost nothing into mine. My father was convicted of assault, child endangerment, and violating the order. Sarah was convicted of child endangerment, Tyler of aiding the abuse, my mother of conspiracy. They got short jail sentences, probation, and, most importantly, no contact with my children. We filed a civil suit and won a judgment big enough to hurt. My parents lost their house. Tyler lost his job when the video resurfaced. Every month, money from the case lands in an account for Lily and Cameron's therapy and future college. My husband James calls it karma payments. I call it consequences. The hardest work was helping my kids feel safe again. Lily had nightmares and panicked at parties. Therapy helped. So did James's parents, who became the grandparents my children deserved. On Lily's 5th birthday, we tried again. Small park, simple cake, only people who actually loved her. After everyone left, she hugged me and said, "Mom, this was the best birthday ever." Because nobody was mean. Now, 3 years later, my parents and siblings are just names on paperwork, and my kids know the rule I should have learned years ago. Being related to someone doesn't mean you owe anyone access to your children. I couldn't protect the little girl in the purple dress back then, but I can keep the promise I made, holding her while she sobbed into my shirt. No one will ever hurt her like that again. Not while I'm here.